Hi, and welcome to Blender How To. This one's going to be a troubleshooting one. This is for like when you want to create um, objects in a circular using an uh, array and what's it called? An empty, like an axis. I'll show you. All right, so let's move this along here. Shift A, plain axis or rows, doesn't matter which one. We're going to use this one. And then we're going to go to this right here, and we're going to press, actually don't press anything so you can see what's going to happen if we don't all transform it. Control array, we're going to do like 4, then we're going to do object offset, take relative offset off, and select the empty right here. So it's just going to push it that way, but we don't want it to do that. We want it to go around. So what we do here is Control A, all transforms, and it'll just go back to itself because we haven't done anything to this one. So now if we want to go around this point, this axis, so RC axis, go 90, so 360 divided by 90 is 4, and we're gonna get something like this. Now, one of the bad things is that because when we press Control A, we'll get the point of origin right here, but let's say we move the axis this way or that way, the point of origin is still going to be here. And so when we move the axis, it's going to give us weird behavior, and we don't want that, especially when, like, let's say we have a tower over here and we want it to circle around the tower, like multiple parts circle around the tower, because we're building like some support structures. All right, so what we do is, let's move this all to the side. Actually, one other way we can do it without overcomplicating it, but we might have to like duplicate the tower over here and put it here, and then move this, and then Control A, and then go around. What we can do is Shift A. After doing all of that work, we're going to go to, oh, actually, let me show you the example, which is a lot easier than saying it with. Okay, so this is the tower, right? And we want those blocks to go around it. But again, if we try to move this, like, it'll go everywhere, and we can't just create an empty and put it here so that it'll go around there. So like Shift A, mesh, cube, like see. All right, so let's try it. At the array, object offset, we're gonna do 4 again. We're gonna do the second empty, and so we're just gonna get something like that. But let's say we press Control A again, it's just gonna do that instead, because again, we've messed with the empty and we've pushed it, like the location has been moved. So if we move it back, it'll do something like that. So one thing we can do is we can move this to the center here. So Shift A. Then we can move this where we want it. So press 1, GC. We're gonna move it up like that, and then we're gonna do Control A. We already have an axis here. Control A, all transforms, and it'll fix itself. So that's great, right? But let's say we want to put this tower and all these things somewhere around over here. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, one thing we can do is we can parent the objects and then move them, or let's say we want to delete this, but we still want to move this here to over here. The thing we can do is do mesh, sorry, not mesh, we'll do empty sphere like that. We can make it smaller if we want. Okay, then Control shift and then select these two, and then lastly that, control P, object. And now so when we move this circle, it doesn't give us that odd behavior, right? Which is great, but ultimately that's not really what we want. We want to be able to let's say we have a tower here, a tower here, and a tower here, and we want to create different objects going around each one of them. What we want to do is be able to do that without getting all this weird behavior. So what we can do, Shift A, mesh, cylinder, G, like that. All right, now let's create, let's go to this and go Shift S, cursive to active. That's where we want everything to be spawning right now. So Shift A, and then we're going to do the axis. All right, it's going to get created here, S, make it bigger. All right, just so we can see it, or we can do this. Then we're going to do Shift A, mesh, cube, then G, C, X. All right. And then we're going to press 1. Let's do some editing here. Yep. All right, sweet. All right, there's just some ports we want. Let's back out of this, and we want this all around right here. We already got access. So what we do is press Control. We're not going to do Control A, because if you do Control A, it's gonna put the point of origin right here. What we want to actually do is go to Object, set origin to 3D cursor. So this will be the origin, and this is also where our axis is, so it all works correctly. And so then what we're gonna do is select this and this, right? Oh, sorry. Add the array. We're gonna do 8. We're gonna do offset, and then we're gonna click the empty, right? And we're gonna do, oh look, it didn't, oh, wait, no, oh God, what happened? Okay, Control A, all transforms, okay, there. Then we set the origin. I forgot, so if we move things, if we create something, we move it and we mess with it, we should do Control A, all transforms, then we click it again, and then we reset the origin to the 3D cursor. Otherwise, we're going to get all this weird behavior, which we're still getting. So I'm not sure what's going on here. All right. So RC 45. Oh, God. So I think one of the ways we can do it is Control A. No. Control A, we do scale. Then Control A, rotation. But it's still giving us that weird behavior. So I am honestly not sure what's going on. That is really weird. Usually this would fix things. Okay, so we're going to troubleshoot while troubleshooting. Let's see, let's uncomplicate this. Let's do a small cube and do it like that. Then Shift, add modifier, Control A, Shift S, then select a cursor, but that's not what we want. Shift S, select active, that's the active thing, so that's not gonna work. Shift A, Shift S to keep offset, so that's not working either. Then cursor to origin world, this would just reset that over here. See, so Control A, all transforms, it'll set it over here, but that's not what we want. Set origin to 3D cursor, which is what we want and what should be happening. Then Okay, it's not scaling weirdly right here. Let's get that empty. And now let's do this RC 90. Delete RC. Let's see. Let's do 90. It's still not scaling correctly. Control A, scale, rotation and scale. This is really odd. It should not be doing this at all. I wonder where I went wrong. God damn it. Oh, maybe because this is like so huge, the scale is way off. Okay, 1. That's also something you have to take into account, apparently. Control A, all transforms, then object, set origin through 3D cursor, and then this is working like it should. Okay, I apologize for that. Okay, so if you scale it, the empty, you need to watch out for that too. So it might do you well to do, instead of the axis, to like, let's say shift empty arrows and then S. Let's see what happens when we select that empty instead. Yep, same thing is going on. All right. All right, so watch out for that as well. Let's scale this down to like 1, 1, 1. Oh, okay. So if we make it bigger, Control A, all transforms, it'll reset it here. So watch out for that. That is another issue that'll come up. RC. What's going on? Oh, that's right. Still scale too big. We might need to do some changes here, but otherwise, hope that helps. You're going to run into those issues, so just take that all into consideration. If you can't scale this to see it, again, you use an X-ray mode, and also use Shift A, empty, and put this in the same degree as this one. So this would be 90. That way, whenever you move this thing's Control P. Sorry. That whenever you move this, it's working correctly, or it's moving along, and you know what's the rotation of the inner axis to the rotation of the sphere axis. All right, so RC45, like that, or C. It'll change things up. Okay, then 90, then 180. See? All good now. All right. Hope that helps. Sorry for the troubleshooting on top of troubleshooting, but you're going to run into this issue. So hopefully you run into them with me and we solve them together. So, all right. Until next time.